Hello, housemates, and welcome back to Vampire: The Masquerade Bloodlines. So the squished, odious chalice that we were looking for is where I thought it was. Where, it makes most sense that the Phwop Syndicate, who seem to be hunters of some kind, would have it, and they do, and it's in that room that I thought it would be in, and that I'm sure all of you also thought or knew it would be in. But I thought, oh, well, I can't open that door, so I can't get in there. I was forgetting that, you can break things. So I think we have to bust in the window. Now, the reason why I never thought of that is because all these other windows, you had to, you couldn't break them. You had to explode gas tanks to break this window. So it may be that I have to break the window. Maybe I have to, break the door. I'm not sure. Okay, it's the window. Easy peasy. All right. Ugh, that thing is fucking gross. I didn't think it was this big. I'm obviously not carrying this shit around with me all the time. It just would not fit. So maybe it's because it's squished. Any case, that is gross. And we're picking it up. Is this door open? No. Alright. So that's that. Now, let me out. We can go drop that in our mailbox for Gary to find. And then we will get another poster, another skeezy poster for our increasingly odd room. I think they would be most at home in the shithole apartment in Santa Monica, just because it already has a sort of low rent feel to it. I'm gonna have to jam this thing into the mailbox. I'd also like to point out this car. Look at this car. Notice the darkness of its windows. Remember what this car looks like. 152 PCE. I wonder if that license plate. We're going to see this car later. And its presence here and also where we will see it later are suggestive of something. Notice this car's windows are not totally tinted. Okay? Important. These are important things to know.
Right.
Yes. Take me home. And once we do this, we'll see if Gary has any more tasks for us. Maybe he wants that ninja star, because that ninja star is worthless to sell. It may just be a little bit... I'm going the wrong way. It may just be a little Easter egg trinket thing. I don't know. But no one has asked us for it. Pisha didn't have another quest. Gary hasn't asked for it. I can't remember where we got it from. I think it was in Chinatown. That's what would make sense. I don't know. We should go down back to the Warrens and see if Mitnick actually gives us anything other than XP. Because he said he could hook us up. Squished odious chalice. This perverse Smeetsy fleshcrafter creation appears to have been extensively experimented on to the point of being unusable. So, I don't know where they found that. What if they had a Smeetsy in their clutches at one point? That would be pretty interesting. I think it would also be interesting if they'd put in some unique dialogue on the basis of the various clans for the Mandarin, and have him say things specific to who you are. All right, let's see. Where is he going to be in the bathroom? We're running out of room for posters, so I doubt there's another. Yeah, here it is. So like I said, this is the poster that was in Carson's apartment. And this is Amalia. Remember, Amalia was one of the particularly ugliest Nosferatu down in the Warrens. So that is what she used to look like. And she was so proud of her looks that Gary decided, I'm going to make you into a horrible, ugly bitch. And lo, he did so. All right. Do you have anything to say, Heather?
Master?
No. Fine. Any new emails? One unread. Been busy, boss? Because I heard another famous movie prop has gone missing. Oh, look, it is the throwing star. The throwing star of the whirlwind from A Touch of Zen. I'll swap it for the poster of a sweet girl whom you certainly won't look in the eyes. What the fuck does that mean? Usually he's a little bit more obvious about who it is. He just tells you their names. I'm trying to think who that would be. I mean, I can only think Pisha. When you wish upon the throwing star, you wish you had the skill to use the bloody thing. So we'll walk out and walk in again and see who he's talking about with his poster. You don't want to look in the eyes. I mean, Pisha's the only like prominent female character that I can. We obtained all posters and got an experience point for it. Pisha's the only prominent female character remaining that I can think about. Let's see. Hey, let me in. Okay, it's not out here, so I guess it's probably in the bathroom too. Wait, what? That's weird. That's a really weird poster, Gary. I don't know why you gave this to me. It's a woman that doesn't have any eyes. Don't drive blindly. Buckle up for your safety. Thanks, Gary? Guess? That's just weird. Okay, whatever. So we got 1 XP. We know that we will have no more poster quests from Gary. We have no new emails either. Nothing to say congratulations. But we got an XP for it. So let's make our way to Giovanni. We'll go down and check with Mitnick in the Warrens afterwards. So after all, Gary did say that once the business with the Giovanni was done, we could feel free to come down and talk to him. Somehow I feel that wasn't a genuine offer. Alright, we don't have much blood. We have those Elder Vitae packs. I guess we can keep those around and use those. I still need 2 more to get my melee up to the point where I can read that book. I can't really do anything else useful with those points. I can't raise my seduction. I think my seduction is sufficient for the one thing that I may need it for at the Giovanni. There's a lot of extra stuff you can do at the Giovanni, even though it's a very small area.
Hop in.
Okay. So, to the Giovanni stronghold we go. So remember, Gary told us of the Giovanni that the notable features were incest, necromancy, and vampirism. So, yeah. Now, we can just walk straight up, or you can have a little interaction here.
Yes, what is it?
This is the Giovanni mansion.
It is. Are you family?
Oh, yes, I am.
Then perhaps I'll see you inside. Didn't forget your invitation, did you?
No, I've got it. See you inside. And then you talk to her.
Yeah, what is it?
This is the Giovanni mansion.
Giovanni? Oh yeah, here's the place. I haven't met you before. Are you the family? Member of the family?
Yes, I am.
Is that right? Hell of a family to be born into or married into or both.
Weird.
Do you have an invitation with you?
So there's another indication of that incestuousness. Hell of a family to be born into, or marry into, or both. Yeah, I've got it. See you inside. What are you wearing, lady? Is that like a clipping problem? Yeah, it is. Like the front of her dress is coming out the back of her. And so it looks like she's... Oh, there it goes. It fixed itself.
For all they know, we are the happiest couple in the place. Just keep it under 2 glasses of wine. For all they know, we are the happiest couple in the place. Just keep it under 2 glasses of wine.
Is your wife okay?
She'll be fine after I get a pot of coffee in her.
if I were you, I'd worry about her embarrassing me.
Well, she did pretty much cause the last function to come to a screeching halt. That woman has the self-control of a pubescent chimpanzee.
You better hurry up. I think she's gonna puke. Also, his eyes are an extremely unnatural color. That's weird.
For all they know, we are the
Now,
happiest
note
couple
that
in
she's
the
supposed to
place.
be
Keep it under
vomiting
2 glasses
wine,
of
and that definitely looks like
You can do
blood.
that, Maria.
I mean, maybe we could say it's red wine, but it's a bit viscous for that. And they each drop an invitation, so you can avail yourself of those. Here's a goth girl. Wow. I don't think you can talk to anyone else out here. Now, you can try and sneak in. There's the sides of the mansion, you can try and do that. Which, of course, you will have to do if you are a Nosferatu, because no one's going to let your ugly mug in, invitation or not. But
You have invitation.
so you can either just give him the invitation that you've used, or you can try and use your persuasion skills. Oh, sure, it's right. I thought it was right here. Oh, no, I must have lost it. Damn.
No invitation. Can't go in. Apologies.
Wait, here you go.
Please have a wonderful time.
Thank you. Wonder if that dude's like raised from the undead. He sounds a bit slow. So you can get in. Apparently you can't talk your way in. I don't remember if you could before. But we're in nonetheless. We got some invitations out of the drunk and his wife. And so, since we have successfully infiltrated through the front door with an invitation, no one's going to look askance at us. Now, like I said, there's a lot to do here, and there's a little bit of trickiness in the way the dialogue is, or at least the way it used to be. So we're going to save, just in case. We're going to talk to a couple of people. You can, if you are so inclined, try and, well, you can like combat the Giovanni patriarch in there. You don't necessarily need to do that. It's not really worth it. So there's 3 people to talk to that are interesting. There's her, there's him, and there's him. And that's who we're going to talk to here. There's also her. We'll get to her in a minute.
Might as well be a costume party. Everyone's smiling, pretending this isn't a pageant put on by the patriarch of this family. Fine. But this is a contest, and I came to win.
I'm Victor. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Mira. Mira Giovanni.
Mira. That's a beautiful name. It suits you.
Oh, please. I've had men hitting on me since I was 12.
Gross.
I've heard all the lines.
There's a couple of stupid things. Can you really blame them? Beautiful?
I can't take this anymore. Excuse me.
What? Okay, apparently she doesn't like that. I just like, yeah! No, I'm sorry.
Go away.
I'm sorry. Okay, that's gross. So, that wasn't a thing before that could happen. We may be able to talk to her again when we talk to one of these other guys. If not, we'll reload and we won't be such a perv. Fantastic party, huh?
What? Oh, sure.
Something the matter?
Family events. How many more of these do we have to attend before we're taken seriously? I mean, honestly.
Yeah, really.
They're pitting us against our own flesh and blood for the privilege of joining the power clique. All you hear is, what have you done? How much did you make? Who do you know? You can't tell anyone anything, because they might use it against you.
You mean if you found dirt on the others, you wouldn't use it?
The heart says no, but the businessman in me tells me to smear them into the ground. I guess I would. And I know they'd probably do the same.
So, if I were to hear some gossip about other people, you'd be interested?
Yeah, I guess I would.
That's not all that's troubling you, is it? You can trust me.
I don't even know who you are. I'm Chris Giovanni, by the way.
Victor Rossellini.
Call me paranoid, but how do I know I can trust you?
You seem decent. I've got a secret I've been afraid to tell people as well.
You go first. If it's anything like mine, I'll tell you what's bothering me.
Let's see. So, I can say some weird shit here. I'm dating a 16-year-old. I'm in the closet, if you know what I mean. I realized I'm an atheist. I'm into water sports, and I don't mean jet skiing. No, I don't think all of these are equally good. He won't bite if you say some of them. I'm pretty sure that he bites with number 2. So, I realized I'm an atheist. I renounced my Catholicism.
Really? In this family, that kind of thing can get you excommunicated if you're not careful. Well, all right. You want to know what's on my mind? I'll tell you. I found out a few months ago. My mother had an affair before I was born. Turns out my father isn't a Giovanni at all. My real father's this writer named Michael Avalon. If anyone found out, well, I might never rise up in this family.
Don't worry. Your secret's safe with me. Enjoy the party.
Hey there, Adam Dunser. I don't think we've met. You are?
Victor.
Victor, pleasure to meet you. What line of work are you in?
So you can say whatever you'd like. The choices for this, if you're Malkavian, are incredibly hilarious. Real estate.
Myself, I'm an investment banker. Great business, lot of potential. For example, I got the inside track on this company right now. And let me tell you, when this company goes public, everyone's going to wish they had a piece of it.
Oh, then why don't you invest in it?
Well, I know somebody at the company, and that's what they call insider trading. I could lose my job for that.
All right, tell me more.
Well, it's a biotech firm. You know, they're working on growing replacement organs. Really fascinating technology. In a couple of years, I bet everyone will be going to them for parts. I figure an investment of $50,000 could be easily tripled in 5 years.
You have much experience in this? How much did your last investments return?
You take risks in this game. Sometimes you make $1 million, sometimes you lose $1 million. The economy changes. It's had problems lately, but it's bound to rocket back any week now.
You haven't been very successful lately, have you?
Most people here, they've got cash they don't know what to do with. And if one of us falls on hard times, don't you think as family, they're obligated to help him out? Besides, I get the kiss tonight. Everyone will be investing with me.
So,
In
the
fact,
kiss.
If I could ensure
They
my
know
place
what's
is
going on.
stable by, say, drawing some attention away from my financial shortcomings, I'd be guaranteed the kiss. Know any dirt about the others I could use? I can't pay you, but I got this watch and this ring.
I'll see what I can find out. If I hear anything, I'll let you know. So again, one plotting against the other. Let's see if she's going to hear us out again.
Go away.
Nope. So let's... We're gonna have to go through a little bit of this again. That's fine. So, lesson learned, don't flirt with Mira, or don't press it too hard.
Might as well be a costume party.
Yep. I'm Victor. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Mira Giovanni.
So, what exactly did you mean when you called this a contest?
They gather us up here to decide just who's the best and brightest of this generation is. The lucky few are given the real power in this family. But some of us need to win more than others. Oh, forget it. You wouldn't understand.
I'm very interested. Tell me more about the real power in the family.
Uncle Bruno. Since I was a kid, he's been the patriarch of this family. Except he hasn't aged a day. I met with a senator from Massachusetts who asked me if I was related to Bruno Giovanni. Said Uncle Bruno helped him with his first campaign back in 1950. We've all heard the rumors. powers, the core of our family, they never age. They're secretive. Wesp is a blood magic and a kiss. Whatever it is, they pick the very best of us for it. I'd do anything to be picked. I've made some errors in judgment, but I've lobbied hard for this family's interests.
Errors in judgment? For example?
What? Forget it. I'm not saying anything about that.
Then why did you say it in the first place? Oh, come on. Even the best of us makes mistakes. It's obviously set you on this path.
I just met you. I like you.
Why do you
but
like me?
I can't tell anyone. It's too personal. Sometimes you do things you regret. And if someone here found out, they'd use it to destroy my chances at the family ever letting me into their inner circle.
You're not the only one with regrets, Mira.
You couldn't possibly understand.
So again, you have a lot of weird things you can say here. I smoked pot once, in church, while masturbating. I'm under investigation by the FBI for embezzlement. I never told my father I loved him. I hit a jogger once and I kept driving. Couldn't let it ruin the family, right? So let's go for number 4.
I did something because it made me feel alive. If you've never tasted it, you wouldn't understand. But a few months ago, I shared a hit with somebody I thought was clean. I tested positive last week.
Oh, I understand. That's unfortunate.
I won't have to worry about this disease if the family accepts me into the inner circle. I won't have to worry about a thing ever. I'm on a lot of politicians' Christmas card lists, and this family knows I've swung a lot of votes for it. But I'll spare no expense for a lock. I want to be in that circle of power, and I won't let blood get in the way. And of course, when your time comes, I'll pay back the favor.
I'll see what I can dig up. So she also is part of this little triad here that you can deal with. They all have a secret. We just heard hers this time around. She's basically got HIV from sharing needles. He's bad with his investments, or his investments went bad on him, and he isn't actually Giovanni at all. So yeah. Basically, you can just pick whichever one of them you want to go in.
Family event.
Yeah.
They're pitting us again.
Uh-huh.
The heart says no. Yeah. I don't even know who. Call me Pat. You go first. Really? I found out a few months ago.
You can gather up all the various
Hey
information.
there, Adam Dunst. Victor. Myself, well, you take risk. Most people here, they've got. In fact, if I can.
Alright, so now we have everyone's secrets. Yeah, that's right. Fist bump. So we can just decide who we want to put in power. I mean, it really doesn't matter. The difference is what rewards you get. Adam hasn't, whatever this guy's name is, hasn't promised us any kind of material reward. He can give us a ring and a watch. She'll give us straight up cash. If you want to think about who would cause more sort of havoc, if you're like, I'm gonna screw these Giovanni good, it's possible that having like diseased blood let into the inner circle would do some bad things. You know, letting in someone who's not a Giovanni, whatever. Letting in this dude, whatever. I mean, it doesn't really make a difference except for the material rewards you get. You'll get the same XP reward no matter what. Trying to... Who would I let in? Whose story do I sympathize with the most? Not really you. I don't really care. Let's let Mir in.
Oh, hello again.
I might have heard something about your family that you might like to know.
Yes?
you'll be happy to know that Adam is completely broke.
Adam broke? A few years ago they did an article on him in the business section. Money's practically more important than God to this family. I'll make sure Uncle Bruno somehow overhears this. Take this. It's more than Adam's worth.
You'll like this too. Chris isn't really a Giovanni. His mother had an affair.
And Cecilia had an affair? If Chris isn't really a Giovanni, it won't sit well at all with Bruno. So sorry, cousin. Here, these bills represent Chris's entire future. Spend them wisely. For your assistance, you can be certain that, when I have my way, I'll bring you into the fold. If you wish. All I have to do is set the rumor mill in motion, and I'm as good as in. Excuse me.
Okay. So, you know, you get... See, look how generic the quest thing is there. Helped one of the Giovanni get dirt on the others. So, it matters not at all, it's just your personal preference. You'll get to see different dialogue, they have different responses, but whatever. So now we can talk to this young lady.
Hi. I'm,
So she she only like sort of stumbles over herself if you have high enough seduction, I'm pretty sure. So you can go straight for that, or you can try and talk to her about stuff instead. I guess we'll go with the seduction route here. Beautiful, I know.
Nadia? Nadia Milliner.
Let's see. Dear God. I can see you're from the stacked side of the family. Want to take a bath? What? You look hot, Nadia. I want to know more about you. Is there a closet nearby? The two that aren't totally, like, ridiculous and creepy. Nadia, a name as beautiful as a wild orchid in bloom. Or, you look lonely over here. I hope I'm not disturbing you. Let's go for number 3.
Not at all.
Let's see. This party seems a little lifeless. Know somewhere where we can talk?
I know a perfect place for us to talk. No one will ever find us there. Follow me.
I'm following you.
Come on.
There's a book. Take the book. Bad Monkey No Banana. That's an interesting title for a book. Now, of course, you don't need her to find this. You can find this all by yourself.
Come on.
It's actually, now that I think about it, it's actually a little more interesting to not go the seduction route with her, because you can actually learn some things about her. Like, she's visiting, she's going to school, and the Rossellini family, which is the name that you've used, are putting her up. But this way, you don't really talk to her. She's just so totally into you. I don't know why. I look kind of... I'm not wearing my shirt, even. So...
Here we are.
This is an embalming room, isn't it?
They prepare the dead here. It's so cold and lifeless. Death just hangs over this whole place. It makes me so...
What is it, Nadia?
Let's bring some life to this place. Let's do it here, in the very spot the dead have laid. The ultimate exhibition of living right here. It would be cathartic.
Jesus, that's fucking weird. Let's do it in this embalming room. Okay, come here, Nadia. I'll treat you to an ecstasy unlike any before. And then we'll just bite her. There's no purpose in killing her. After you bite her, she'll be catatonic. The other thing you can do, if you just straight up talk to her, what you get to do is she'll come down here and she's like, oh, do you know what they do here? Embalm people. Yeah. And then she'll say, but the real secret is down below in the crypts. And so she'll show you how to get to the crypts. Excuse me, I think that I can pick that. and so I will. Yeah, you're gonna let me in. Oh, so you can take the stairs down, or you can take this nifty little elevator down. Whee! And you'll notice that there are zombies. So we've already encountered zombies before, so they're no big surprise. Remember, go for the headshot, and you'll slice them into tiny little pieces. There are a great deal of them here. I think they infinitely spawn as well. It is worth your time to go. There's one of these little antechambers has something in it, I believe. Right? Not any of those. At least there used to. Oh, there it is. Unknown. Now, let me out. The Solocept, which a tidal chorus of whispers washes across your thoughts. They seem to be offering guidance, but their message eludes your conscious mind. Their motivations are unknown, but you find yourself increasingly willing to submit to their guidance. As long as you possess the Solocept, you will gain an extra point of experience every time you are awarded 3 or more. The Solocept may or may not have other effects. Well, that's helpful. You'll also notice, I should have mentioned this, once you are in that area with Nadia, you pick up this Giovanni book, the Voce della Morte, which is what Pisha wants you to get from this place. So you have to get it in that area, and you have to remember to do it before you come down here. And then we picked up another book. We need a dodge ability of at least 4 to use Bad Monkey No Banana. I need a melee ability of 4 to use this item. We got some stuff that we need to upgrade. We have 13 points, so we can put our dodge up to 3. We can put our melee to 4, however, which is what we want to do, except now we can read Bustin' It, Harmful If Swallowed Hint Book. The only official strategy guide with all the hottest tricks and tips for busting it. Harmful If Swallowed, the first ever fighting game designed by fashion impresario Hiram Oseros. With stupid dope street style and hip hop flavor. Raises your melee skill. And so we'll need to work our dodge skill up to be able to avail ourselves of that other book. Our melee skill is now at 5, which means our melee combat is at 7. Which means that our sword is even more potent than it was before. Lethality 16, damage potential 34, melee combat requirement 6. So since we have more than 6, we are not taking any penalty for using this at all. Down into the depths. It should have, I really should have looked more around in the Giovanni mansion to see if they added anything. It did not occur to me to do that. And now we're down here. No matter what you do, these will sort of collapse from under you. You can try and, if you walk across the dead middle there, the double bars, you can usually avoid falling in. Yeah. That's just a bit of a shortcut to do it that way. This thing opens. More zombies to deal with. Ow! Get off! No! No! Bad! Bad! Ouch! Ow, I'm getting jacked up by these zombies. There we go. Got a critical hit on that one. Now we come into a little kind of maze-like area. There's a particular... These gray doors are not helpful. You're looking for a brown door? Is this it? I think this is where I want to go. Yeah, this looks right. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so you want to save before you go down to that archway there, because we're going to have a little bit of a fight on our hands. I'm going to get yourself ready. Put our blood shield on. Drink our delicious, odious chalice. Get our blood, or say maybe blood purge. Maybe blood boil will work on the dudes. Okay, it autosaves.
Kindred, your presence here violates the agreement between our leaders. Leave now, or face the consequences of your actions.
Let's discuss this problem, whatever it may be.
There is an alliance between your leader LaCroix and Mistress Ming Zhao. You violate the agreement. If you do not leave, we are not responsible for your death.
What alliance? What are you talking about?
We'll give you one more chance to leave this place and keep your life. You will go?
Nobody tells me what to do. Actually, a lot of people tell me what to do, but here's where I get even.
The time for decisions has passed. We Chang brothers accept your life graciously.
Sorry, but you won't get it. So these guys are actually pretty tough. Blood boil only did 44 damage. Yikes. Which isn't that much, and it takes up a lot of blood. So let's see if... Ow! Alright, so let's use some Elder Vitae. And that pretty much is a full power-up. I'm going to drop down here. Yikes! What the fuck was that noise? Ow, this guy's really not... Yikes. Totally, like, jacked me up there. Alright, one down. I'm gonna use that other Elder Vitae. So these guys are pretty nasty. Teleporting. He will teleport right the fuck behind you. So watch out for that. Oh shit. Yeah, he'll do a... Ow! We gotta be careful. Let's not get blown up by that. No. Ow. Okay. So you can get a broadsword from him. We killed the Chang. So remember, what's her name? Ming Zhao did tell us that the Chang brothers were her two greatest agents, and that they were coming after us. Remember, we also saw in the Fu Syndicate two sarcophagus-looking things of dudes ancient Chinese dudes with like broadswords. So I think that's where their like resting places or something. That I'm not sure about. That's speculation. So we messed up the Chang brothers. We learned. Yeah, look, here we are. These are the exact same things that are. Okay, wait. Yeah. In any case, we learned that LaCroix made an alliance with Ming Zhao. So that's bad news. The Kindred and the Kuei Jin are not supposed to be dealing like that. So here's the Ankaran sarcophagus. It is finally in our possession. Once you touch this, you will leave the level. So beware. Yeah, I'm gonna lift this over my shoulder. Little lift this over your shoulder like you're fireman carrying a body thing. And put it in the back of a van, like right in the Giovanni's, right under their nose. Later, idiots. So, again, in the Giovanni mansion, in addition to what I did do, you can fight the Giovanni. I don't think you get, like, a boatload of XP for just wiping them out indiscriminately. Yeah. And so now, here's Beckett, here's LaCroix, here's some plot advancement. Hey, Beckett, what's up? I want to talk to you. Can I talk to you? I don't want to talk to LaCroix. Fine, I have to talk to LaCroix.
My Wunderkind returns.
That's me.
In my entire court, I knew there was only one who could have succeeded in this task. Finally, the Ankaran sarcophagus is ours. Come, I've granted Beckett's request to study and document all the markings of the sarcophagus. You've met Beckett, haven't you?
Yes.
Let's go take a look inside and see what the commotion around the city has really been all about.
Before we do that, I need an answer. Are you in an alliance with the Kuei Jin?
What? Preposterous. No kindred would trust them, nor would they trust us. Did Jack tell you that? Because it sounds like you've been taken for a fool.
I was told by the Kuei Jin agents sent to steal the sarcophagus.
And you believed them? They've been trying to take over LA for years. It's a ruse, a falsehood, spread to undermine my rule and turn kindred against each other, thin our ranks. They are duplicitous, evil creatures. Did they not try to kill you?
Yeah, but everyone tries to kill me. They did.
Insurance. They lied to you in case you lived through the encounter. They hoped to create dissension in the ranks, rumors. It's a trick older than you or I.
I still don't know what to believe. Let's open the sarcophagus. It doesn't really matter what you say to him about that.
What have you assessed so far?
Unfortunately for the Heralds of Doom, it appears we won't be opening Pandora's box. The markings, as far as I can tell, are of Assyrian origin. An extraordinary piece, but nothing earth-shattering.
I see. Then there is no good reason why we shouldn't open it. Won't budge. Beckett, do you see any mechanism for the lid?
I haven't as yet had a chance to pore over it with my fine-tooth comb. I think I have one in my bag.
Why won't it open, Beckett? And you, I thought you said it looked as if it had been opened on the Dane. I want it open! You and Beckett, figure out a way to open it. I need to know what's inside. I have other matters to attend to. Come get me when a solution has been found.
God, you were really irritating, Prince LaCroix.
Ah, the depths to which I'll sink to prove others wrong. The young ones get so temperamental. Fortunately for Sebastian, is it? I'd already made up my mind to open the sarcophagus, if only to show the city that Gehenna, contrary to popular belief, has not begun.
So, a couple of things. One, notice he called LaCroix a young one. And LaCroix is he's been around at least since the Napoleonic era. So, Beckett is therefore much older, clearly older than that. And we did see bloody handprints on the Dane, so we don't know what's going on with this thing. Okay, let's see here. What do you think's inside?
Put your ear to it. I'll shake it, and you tell me what you think's inside.
Why are you such a smartass? All right, stupid question. How do we open it?
Fortunately for us, I know of someone who has distinguished himself in this field.
In the field of opening unknown boxes? Who?
His name is Dr. Anders Johansen, a professor of archaeology from Norway. He was the one responsible for finding the sarcophagus, and as far as I know, the only authority on its origin and design.
Okay, so where can I find him?
Until yesterday, he could have been found in his suite at the Empire Hotel downtown. But when I stopped by earlier this evening, all I found was spilt coffee on a morning paper. Appears he's been abducted.
Tell me he left some notes or a diagram or something.
I did find a pair of bikini swimwear and a book detailing the origins of various Turkish dialects.
That's all?
I detected the scent of myrrh incense, which is usually burned in monasteries. Also, I found beach sand in part of a muddy footprint. Putting two and two together, I located a monastery near a beach in Malibu, where I believe hunters are holding Johansen captive.
You figured all that out from sniffing around his room?
Actually, there were 2 hunters on the roof of the building opposite the hotel who were positively delighted to tell me everything they knew, provided I stopped dangling them headfirst over the side.
Not very dedicated, are they? Hunters have this guy. What would hunters want with an archaeologist?
The hunters abducted Dr. Johansen for his own protection, or at least that's how they've justified it. He's being held by the Society of Leopold and used, quite ingeniously, as bait for Prince Lacroix's minions.
The Society of Leopold?
Sebastian mentioned you ran into one of the hunters from the Society of Leopold some time ago. They're so secret a church organization, I don't even think they know if they exist. But essentially, they're murderers for Christ, or some such deity.
Okay, so how do we get him out?
You'll have to go to the monastery and find a way into the tunnels beneath, where the hunters are holding Johansen. I'm afraid I can't accompany you, but then it's best you go alone. Too many of us might set them off, like fundamentalists on contrary opinion.
You're not going?
It's not that I don't love walking into the heart of danger to curry favor with the local magistrate of the hour, but actually, that's exactly it. I'd rather not get involved in the politics of it. Besides, I'd better document the sarcophagus before Sebastian's goons smashes it open.
All right, fine. How do I get there?
I wouldn't recommend walking. Certainly, Sebastian's already provided cab fare. I'm sure he always spares no expense when archaeology is at stake.
Okay. I have a few questions before I go.
Excellent.
Anything else you can tell me about the Society of Leopold?
The Society, for the most part, knows very little about us. But they do know how to kill and torture us, and that's enough. Also, some of them exhibit powers that can make them quite formidable. Best not to announce yourself.
All right. You spoke of Gehenna before. You think this sarcophagus is part of it?
Well, if we open it up and the world ends, then yes. If we open it up and the world does not end, then no. I'd wager the latter.
Fine. Have you learned anything else about Thin Bloods?
How any sane kindred could think these poor unfortunates are an immediate threat to us is absurd. Most were afraid, or at the very least uneasy around me. Tragic. Their desperation could very well hold the spark of revolution, however.
Tell me about yourself.
I've said quite a lot about myself already. I know even less about you than you do me. Why don't you tell me about yourself?
So, different things that you can say here get you different bonuses. So you can get more scholarship if you pick number 1. I think you just get XP if you get number 2. I don't know if you get anything for number 3. And number 4, I guess, gets you more sneak or something. And if you are a gangrel, like Beckett is, you can get a dot of the, I think, protean discipline. Or maybe you get to choose protean or animalism. And that can be really helpful, especially if you've already got it up to 4. You can save yourself like 16 XP by getting it that way. So that's something to keep in mind. I think 2 is the best course for us. We can't get, I think our scholarship is full. Is it scholarship or intelligence that was full? I don't remember. In any case, I don't think we need any more of that, so let's go for 2. I appreciate your interest in me, but I'm fascinated by you.
Then I'll let you in on a little secret. Beckett may not be the name I was born with. Events always seem to unfold wherever I go, like Chicago a few years ago. Oh, it's a bother to explain. Either I'm pursuing fate, or it's got a bone to pick with me. Unless you've got further questions, I'd really like to get back to looking at the sarcophagus.
I'd like to ask the prince something first. Okay, so you get a little XP for that. We have 13 now. Yeah, we couldn't have gotten any more scholarship, so that would have been not helpful. We don't have enough yet for more auspecs. So at this point, we're pretty much done with anything in the game that's not, it's not all combat from here, but there's much less actual, side questy stuff. I don't think there are any side quests left, in fact. We're going towards the end here. So the stats that you have now, to pump them up, you mostly want to do stats for combat. Oh, that's right. We wanted to get our dodge to 4 so we could read that book. So we need 2 more XP before we can do that. Dodge will be helpful. Let's see if he'll actually talk to us.
Did you find a way to open the sarcophagus?
Getting the sarcophagus back was quite an expensive ordeal.
I can't have my protege looking plebeian, can I?
No.
You'll find I can be very generous towards those who serve me well.
All right, $500. Did I mention that I had to slink through sewers, Chinatown, fight a Samitsi?
Point made.
All right, thanks. I had a question.
Which is?
What do you know about the Kuei Jin?
Traditionally, the Kuei Jin has stayed in Asian territory, and the kindred Europe, and later North America. But recently, they invaded the West Coast, killing off a substantial number of anarchs. They lack the organization of the Camarilla, and think nothing of breaking the Masquerade. Though we share similar traits, there is no fraternity between us. We embrace. They rise from the grave. They do not know the pleasure of blood. They are without clan. And oh yes, they believe our kind to be inferior. They are as much of a threat as the wolves.
Wolves?
Werewolves.
Oh.
I can still recall a time when cities were surrounded by miles of forests full of the beasts. But progress has taken care of that problem.
I had another question.
Which is?
What do you think's inside the sarcophagus?
If you didn't take the time to ask, perhaps we'd know by now.
Hey, jackass.
As I mentioned before, my concern is that it pertains something supernatural. Beckett has waived his theory altogether. The city is alight with dread. Perhaps it's an antediluvian.
Antediluvian?
A joke. The antediluvians are the mythical progenitors of each of the clans for whom they trace their bloodlines. And according to mythology, descendants of Cain, the legendary first vampire.
Cain?
As in the biblical Cain and Abel? Before you put too much stock in it, realize that the church and all of its mythos are blends of kindred and mortal meddling. Whips to regulate weak minds. This is all Beckett's field of expertise. If you want a lesson, merely ask him.
All right, fine, I will. You can never ever talk to this guy. He just stands there being, you know, whatever. Do I actually have to talk to leave?
I wouldn't recommend walking. Certainly,
Yeah.
Sebastian.
Alright, I'm ready to go get the professor.
Remember, Dr. Johansson is an innocent. He has no idea we actually exist. Try not to put the idea in his head.
Okay. Well, that's something that is new. Beckett never gave me that advice before. Chunk! What's up, Chunk?
I'm sorry there, but Mr. LaCroix, he told me not to let anybody up right now. He sounded kind of PO'd. Must be all the late nights he's working. Anyhow, I can't let you go see him right now. Sorry.
It's of critical importance that I bring this matter to his attention personally.
Mr. LaCroix was real specific. Maybe if you come back later, you'll calm down. He seems to be all tore up about that sarcophagus that got stolen from a museum. Must be a real history lover.
Alright, Chunk. See you later.
Not supposed to open the doors for anyone. Sorry there, Chief.
Alright, let's see. Let's visit some people. We should visit Jack and talk about this Quajin nonsense. We should visit our home and see if anything has changed there. Oh, right, we gotta go see Pisha. We have the book. So we'll visit Pisha, give her the book, and then we'll cut this episode off. What's up, Pisha?
Yes.
Here's that book you were looking for.
The Voce del Morte. The Giovanni never willingly share their secrets, and I've had little success infiltrating their strongholds. How did you obtain this?
They were a little distracted, so I was able to slip under the radar.
It will take some time to translate and unlock the secrets of this. I will have to move on from the city to evade any Giovanni seeking it. Take this. This will complete the terms we agreed to, and I think it is adequate compensation. It is the key of Alamut. It instills dread in those that would harm you, and makes it harder for them to strike you. Make no mistake, our dealings do not make us allies. If indeed we meet again, do not ask me for any favors. I will give you this final advice, however. Leave this city. These are its final nights. Discord looms heavy. I've felt this before.
What do you mean?
In November of 1938, I was translating documents in Leipzig, Germany, written by a purported Crusades-era necromancer. There also, I felt a sense of impending chaos. Soon after was the Kristallnacht, the wellspring of a new world war.
I'll take that into consideration. Goodbye. So she gave us the key of Alamut, which... what exactly does that do? It increases our various soak feats, I think, is what it did. So now we are pretty resistant to a lot of damage. We have 8. We need 1 more XP to be able to get our dodge up. Right, so she says that, you know, she's continuing in the trend of saying ominous things. Oh, something big's about to happen, everyone says. End of the world's gonna start or something. Whatever. Hopefully you've enjoyed this episode. We've made a lot of progress. We are now nearing the end of things. We have to go invade a hunter stronghold. That'll be fun. So please hit the thumbs up button. And if you want to see more, please subscribe to my channel. If you're not going to do either of those things, then of course, I don't care what you do.